Hey guys, TC here again. Next video we're going to look at on the upload schedule for Sunday today is the IS/IS2/IS2 Berlin. Now you might be saying, well, what? Why are you 3 tanks in one review? Yes, that's correct. We're doing 3 tanks in one review. Why are we doing 3 tanks in one review? You might be saying. Well, let's have a look, shall we? So here's the vehicle details for the heavy tank IS2. And here are the vehicle details for the heavy tank IS. And here are the vehicle details for the heavy tank IS2. Again. So, we have one IS2, an IS, we have another IS2. All these tanks are virtually the same. The armor values are ever so slightly different. As you can see, the IS has 120mm of frontal armor, 90 at the side, 60 at the rear, with 100mm at the front of the turret, and 90 at 90. The IS2 Berlin, which is the premium version, has only got 100mm of frontal armor, 90 and 60. The same engine, a little bit lower on the specific power to weight ratio, but you know, that's that. The IS2, which is the Chinese one, has the worst armor of all of them, but they all have the same turret armor, and it's a little bit slower because it's got a weaker engine. They do all, however, use a variation of this gun, which is a 120mm D25, be it a T, be it a Chinese version. So they're all 175 pen. They differ in their premium ammunition. The two Soviet tanks use APCR. The Chinese tank uses heat ammunition. But they all do about 390 damage. So all 3 of these tanks are fairly comparative together. So we can basically review them as a singular tank. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do for the purpose of this review. Is we're going to review them all as one tank to give you an idea and a flavour of what this kind of tank, what these 3 tanks are kind of like. We are though going to concentrate on the IS2 Berlin. This is the premium IS2 that was available as part of the Berlin trio. There was the IS2, the ISU-122S, the Rudy, and the Cromwell Berlin, if you remember. So we're going to concentrate on the IS of this quartet. A bit late on the review because a lot of other people have already done this, but anyway, it is what it is. And as we said, we do have, consider this 3 for 1. So the crew is actually the IS2 crew. The last time this tank came out for sale, as you can see, they all came trained with BIA, and then you could start training your first skill. I've chosen to go with a standard heavy tank setup of 6 cents and repairs. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with this crew when it's finished. I might put them in a T10 and buy a T10 because obviously quite a few people are interested in T10s and do I have one and how does it play, as that's the road to the IS7. So yeah, I think they may end up in there, so we may end up with a T10 in the garage just to be able to review and show you guys. Equipment wise, you can't mount V-stabs on this tank, but I do run vents, rammer and a gun lane drive. Ammunition wise, 21 AP, 5 APCR and 2 HE. This is the Achilles heel of the IS tanks, I find. Of the IS and IS2 tanks. Ammunition is a little bit at a premium because it doesn't carry many shells, and with a rate of fire that's just over 10 seconds with this crew, as you can imagine, it's, yeah, you do come close to running out of ammunition quite regularly, so do consider very carefully your ammunition layouts. As you can see, we've got the big repair kit, the big med kit, and the automatic fire extinguisher. Again, I do have the tank aced, but I don't actually have the ace tank replay saved. The replay you're actually going to see is just a simple second class, but it's quite a nice replay. It was a lot of fun to play, and it actually felt really positive while I was playing the game. So I decided to use it for the review of the IS and IS2 tanks, and hopefully you'll like it as well. So let's have a look at the review. let's have a look at the gameplay and we'll see where we go from there, okay? Okay guys, here we go. As you can see, an absolute dream matchup here in the IS2. There is only 2 tier 7s on each team, the rest of it is tier 6, a couple of unlucky tier 5s. So, amazingly lucky here. Speed up the review as always. Now, as you saw with the crew, I don't actually have 6th sense or anything like this on this crew. So, this is going to be basically like playing this tank for the first time. As you can see, we're not particularly quick going downhill. I'd like to highlight by the way, this KV-85 that you see here that we're just going around the back of, I think he's made a poor choice with the gun he's running. I don't think the 122mm on the KV-85 is viable anymore. That tank has nearly a 20-second reload with that gun for 390 damage, so you're much better, in my humble opinion, of running the 100mm, which has just over a 6-second reload and 250 damage. You do lose the big alpha punch and the big shock, however you gain a much more favourable DPM and the gun just feels better, so that's my humble opinion. So we've got a brave VKM and a very brave Toaster there who's pushed forward to do the scout role. I wouldn't like to scout in a Toaster personally, but he seems to be wanting to do that, so we'll let him do that. We've come to the standard location. The team is deployed really nicely. I'm a little bit concerned about about the fact that our heavy tanks have gone to the medium tank flank, and I've got, you know, a few tier 6 heavies with me. We pop around the corner. T150 there puts a good shell into our KV-85, who returns fire and sets him on fire. We set up to try and do a side scrape here, looking for a shot on the T150. Pull the trigger, penetrate there, really nice. 384 is a low damage roll, but we do get trapped by the M6 there, who's camping at the back. I decided to wait the repair. However, the M6's reload is quicker than my current repair skill on this tank, so I have to burn the repair kit. So I'm setting up to side scrape off this building. They're looking for shots down this road. M6s get spotted, so we do take some shots from range here. Another 384 damage roll. Looking for shots on the other one at the back there. Pull back. It's still quite a big aiming circle. We re-aim. However, we managed to clip the wall there. We take another shot there that damaged our fuel tanks. Without a repair kit, we are in danger of being set on fire here. There's a KV-85 here, so I reset up to shoot this guy. As you see, I just tweaked the tank just a little bit. Since we're getting a lot of 384 damage rolls, don't we? I'm setting back now to side scrape off this building. There we go, the first bounce. 372 damage roll there. Now because of the angle we're at, we are giving our lower plate in front of the tank, which, as we saw there, the armour isn't as strong as the standard IS, so we can't really do that. But he uses his strongest armour there, which is clearly his side armour, and yeah. Now we're going to engage a KV-85 here, who's running away. We shoot and track him there, so we get the assistance damage for that. Now we are very low health, so I am a little bit concerned, but the team's doing well overall. We've killed one more tank than they have. Looking for shots down here on the M6. Now I know where he was last seen. Put a blind shot there that misses. Now he is on 576 hit points. Pull the trigger, we get one good blind hit with a great damage roll there of 412. Look where he was. We keep an eye on the tank to see if it moves or jostles. One more shot down. That one goes a little bit high. We see the tank move, so we know he's still behind the tank there. This one dips nice and low, straight in, just dipping nicely over that tank and into the side of him. Lovely blind kill on that M6 platoon. Remaining tanks are at Type 64 and a Lux. We've had a couple of kills this game. Nothing too spectacular, but from here on in we're kind of a passenger. We're just gonna push forward quite casually. You know, the Lux has already relocated over to the VK side. There is an M6 over there still alive, which we can't see because I think he doesn't have the top radio, so we can't actually see the M6. You know, the Hellcat's got eyes on the Lux. The 64 manages to kill the M6, unfortunately. So I decide may be worthwhile going back. You know, the M6 is pinging base saying, look, he thinks the Lux is going to base. So yeah, it's a good call. We'll head back to base this way. A little bit dangerous this because I am only on 72 hit points, and even the Lux can kill me. The Lux gets spotted, and a spotted Lux is a dead Lux. And all that leaves is the Type 4, is the Type 64. We look to try to do a trick shot, so we shoot through the building. Rough guess where he is, but as you can see, that's never going to hit him. He was nowhere near it. It was a waste of ammunition. But anyway, always worth it for the lols, isn't it? You know, the VK gets the kill on the Type 64 there. That's another quick game, that just over 5 minutes this time. Anyway, let's have a look at post-game results, guys. So then, post-game results. As we can see, the IS-2 Berlin was only a second-class game, so like I said, it's not fantastic. You can do a lot better, and I have done a lot better in this tank. I just haven't recorded it, unfortunately. We got the Hand of God, we got the Bruiser, we got the Duelist, we got Firefighter, we also got High Caliber. And because this is a premium tank, we earned 70,042 credits and 3,040 base experience. Team score wise, we were almost 1,000 damage more than the next player on our team there. So we were doing the job, we were doing the tier 7 job there. You know, we had the opportunity to have a good game, and we had a relatively good game, I think. 2,584 damage, 921 base experience earned from that game. As we see, we're top of the team for XP, and we're top of the team for experience as well as damage. We fired 12, of which 8 shots hit, and even with a .46 accuracy gun, 960, so 2 of those shots were over 300 meters that hit, which is pretty impressive, excuse me. Credits wise, we burnt the large repair kit, which cost us 20,000, otherwise it would have been a very profitable game for us, but 31,000 credits is not bad at all in my opinion. And we did motor around the map a bit there, nearly 2 kilometers driven. It's luckily we don't get charged with fuel. So that's the IS-2 and IS-2 Berlin review for you. They're all quite of a muchness, guys, so I wouldn't worry too much in individualities on the tanks. I think it's a good place to be to get an idea about these tanks. So hopefully it helps you in your decision. Anyway, if you're new, click subscribe, guys. We'd love to have you back. We've just broken 100 subscribers, and I'd love to see the channel grow as much as we can do, which would be fantastic. But anyway, that's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next review. Catch you later.